How's COVID?
Yo,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm doing much better than I was. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Happy Saturday and this mother.
Yes, Saturday.
You motherfucking made it.
Yes.
You
What's up,
just barely
Classy?
made it. I just barely made it. I don't know how you did, but I just barely made it, to be honest with you.
Oh
They
man.
try to dog the kid.
Don't
Yeah, they try to get the kid out of there. But I wouldn't let them do that to me.
let them get you down.
Hell no. But just working, trying to be Kobe Bryant out there. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, trying to be an all-star, trying to be a whole winner. You know what I mean? So I made it though. They can't touch me now. They can't. We
Yeah.
free now. We's free now in this motherfucker. What's up with you?
Not much besides like dying from COVID.
Oh yeah. You was saying that.
Yeah, I was sick for like the past 2 weeks. Yesterday was like the first day I got to like leave my house pretty much
Get the
in a
fuck out.
long time.
I just
Yeah.
talked to a friend of mine in Brooklyn. He was bouncing back. So shout out to everybody that's trying to handle this crazy thing going on right now. Shout out to you. I'm glad you're better.
Thank you. It got me pretty good, and I wasn't like taking care of myself very well, so that's on me. But I got dehydrated like really, really fast.
Yeah.
So I think that's what got me down the worst, honestly. But
Yeah, they said. So did you kind of have the whole list of symptoms and everything?
yeah, I had everything, all the symptoms I got at some point in time.
Get the fuck
And
out of here.
I lost the smell for sure for like 5 days. Now it's back. So some people don't get it back.
Yeah. Well, we here at the smoking section is glad than a motherfucker that you all right. We happy as hell that you joined us, and salute to you, and salute to everybody that might have been fighting and getting themselves back going. You know how that go. I don't want to get too somber and all of that. I'm just happy that everybody's back. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you're back.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. I appreciate
And thanks for coming.
that.
Thanks for after your recovery, thanks for coming on the show, kicking it with a brother. I got a couple questions for you. I need your help. I meant that when I sent the smoke signal out the back.
You're
Not
like,
the back signal, the smoke signal.
the smoke signal.
Yeah, I needed some assistance because I felt like I torched my fucking joint, but I needed all types of information. So I got this going right here today. Now I'm not gonna front on you. I got some flour, but I got some CBD right here. I just want to let folks know there's some CBD. Don't try to mess up our live. Make sure this gets circulated.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna shout out organic CBD nugs. Y'all know how I get down. I try to show the love. So if y'all get a chance, check them out. And this is the Bubba Kush version of
Hi,
CBD.
Juju. Hi, Ashley.
Juju, Mary Jane, salute to you. Also, Bronx to Brooklyn, peace. 420 Moms to 215, salute. EP 215.
That's my girl.
Yeah, that's your family members. Yeah, I'm glad you brought the team in here. Ali the hype man, EP 215. Those are my guys. Bronx to Brooklyn. Shout out. Those are my guys. Who else we got in here? Roof Rat 717, the highest standard. White Trash Farming. That's my guy. White Trash Farming is my guy. Salute to you, buddy. Kush Cloud Eats. Classy Cannabis 420 Conch. PM MMJ Patience. Shout out to all of y'all on this great Saturday. We are going to have a tutorial, and what you're seeing right now is the future. Surf City Social. Salute on this great Saturday. What you are seeing is the future in this Pennsylvania cannabis thing, whatever it's going to be. It's going to be worldwide cannabis, and Steph is going to help me into the future. She's like Doc. I'm like Marty McFly. She's like the fucking Doc. And we getting, you know what I mean? We getting the
Yeah,
we getting all the shit together so that I can, get out of 1999. You feel what I'm saying? So I can beam past 2001.
That's right. Where we're going, we don't need bowls.
We don't need. We don't need. What about? Okay, we don't need bowls, but we need Sherlock's. Can we use Sherlock? No, we're gonna sit that aside. Yo, did I show you this? I want to shout out.
Man.
Yeah, this is a nice one. Shout out to Scarecrow Float 2020. You get a chance, check him out. He's got all type of alien craft, extraterrestrial shit going on right there. So I'm gonna smoke out of that this year. Yeah, this was a nice one. He sent me this too. He sent me a chillum to go with it.
Nice. Hell yeah. That's really nice. I like that.
I'm smoking out of this year. I hesitated. It was so pretty. I didn't want to deal with, but it's 2022. I'm doing it. I won't be medicating out of that. So let me show you my rig real quick, right? While I got you here, right? We got the MJ Arsenal. You know, I think it's like the Pixie or the Gremlin, one of them. I forget what it's called. Nice situation, right? Now everything was going good, but here's my this is my situation, right? Terrible looking. Wah, wah, wah. I wish I had the sound effects. I don't got no. Wah, wah, wah. You see the sound effects? Sad looking. Now I tried to clean it, and I got discouraged because when I went to light it again, it sounded like it was cracking. Steph. It sounded like. So what's up with that?
All right. So what do you? Take a dab, what do you do after you dab to clean it out?
Okay, boom. You know I got the Q-tips on deck.
Okay.
You know I got the 91.
Okay.
Right? Now the first couple times it did okay. As you can see, I absolutely did not get it maybe that second, third couple times. But what I was thinking was maybe I'll reheat it, kind of reanimate it, loosen it up. Then I'll be able to clean it again. Now I got kind of like alcohol. I kind of got this stuff going. I'm scared to death. I don't even want to fire it up. You know what I'm saying? Certainly take a hit out of it at all. What should I do? Where am I fucking it up? Should I get a bigger? Talk to me, Steph.
All right. So here, most likely, either you're dabbing too hot, you're reheating residual product. So really making sure, so I'm going to be using my MJ as an example. This is actually a very old piece. It's actually been glued back together, but we're not going to talk about that.
No, shout out to the craftsmanship. Shout out to all the craftsmen. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll fuck with that.
So this is like the Titan, I think it was, or don't quote me on that, but these guys. So whenever you're using your quartz banger, so this is for quartz. This is not for anything titanium. Titanium is a whole different deal. So quartz, whole different ball game. So when you're taking care of your quartz, it's really important to clean it immediately afterwards. You don't want to dunk it completely in ISO.
I'm glad you told me that. I was maybe 2-3 days from doing that. That was my
Well, let me finish what I was saying. You want to dunk it completely in ISO, but you don't want to do it directly after because you can risk cracking, breaking it, whatever. So you want to give it a minute. You can put it in when it's warm, but I wouldn't put it in immediately after unless it's like a really nice quality banger. Nice quality bangers are like $400+. So, not a lot of us have those. I surely do not.
Let me ask you this, Steph. Is this a banger right here? With this, is that this piece right here?
Yes. So this is your banger. This is your quartz banger. What you put your dab into whenever you're dabbing. So making sure you don't put it in there immediately is important unless it is a good quality banger. Most of us do not use that. Most of us, everyday people, are using imports, and that's totally fine because they work just fine as well. So you want to put that in there when it's still warm. That warmth is going to help it a little bit in the ISO to break up that product. So not letting it sit there and cake on and dry on and like cool down with that in there is really important. So cleaning it immediately after. The Q-tips really help. I'm kind of when it comes to taking care of my quartz, but I've gotten better over the years. I haven't always been that way. I've learned my lesson. But I always say I just took a hit. I will be taking a hit here shortly, so you will see that.
See the demo. We can't wait for the demo. That's why. That's what I'm
demo.
talking. I want real quick. I want to shout out the answer 4112. He says Team Puffco salute. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But you know, to be fair, you know, I wanted to because that's hard to clean out too. Hold on, I'll show you the answers. Hold on, Steph. Let me show him that I'm not playing no games with him real fast.
And Puffcos do.
I like the Puffco. The Puffco. Well, it depends. I guess it depends on what he's talking about because I got this. You know, I got the pen. You know.
Yeah.
You know, we got the pen.
Yeah,
and that's a little bit tough too to clean out too. That's a little bit so. But this was easier than this. I'm not gonna hold you. This was a lot easier than this. So shout out to the answer 4112. I feel you, but we trying to get, you know, a little bit more knowledge so that we can freak it. We want to freak it sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. Yeah. So like Puffcos and most like electronic dab rigs are great for on the go. Really nice for most daily dabbers. It is a lot of upkeep. The inserts, all of that costs money to keep up with. You know, the atomizers, you know, if you want to upgrade your accessories, all that costs a fair amount of money.
Okay.
And then you can't throw a half gram in a Puffco.
Where's the clip? I need to get the clip in with the guy shooting the little pottery. You know, I know what I'm talking about. All of the memes.
So,
yeah.
You know, it's great for the everyday dabber. It's great for on the go. It's great for if you don't want to deal with that heating up a torch. If you are afraid of a torch, just get an electronic dab rig.
Let me say this though. I thought it was good for on the go too, but when I actually got it and I started using it, I'm like, nah, this is not really that cool for on the go because you're gonna have to carry these. You're gonna have to carry. It's the basic same fucking thing. Who's gonna stop? And you gotta. And they tell you you shouldn't charge this. You shouldn't charge this more than 4 times as far as taking hits consecutively. So you know, take 3. Then you gotta clean it. No, this is probably just as in the house as this is. I'm gonna be honest with you, like. I wouldn't say that this was on the go unless you got a fanny pack or
you gotta have
some weird shit like that. That's going to be, I'm not doing so, but you know, to each his own. Go ahead, Steph.
Fanny pack. All right.
Shout out to the fanny packs. I don't
team fanny pack, man. So yeah, you have to, and the same goes like you can't like. It's a lot harder for me to pack up my rig in a Pelican and you know take it on the go than it would be for a Puffco.
Yeah.
But they both have like their pros and cons. They both have their pros and cons for sure. For sure.
Yeah. But to me, like I said, both of them in the house. I'm gonna be honest with you. Right? You know, one is easier, but now I'm getting the knowledge on this. So that's really what I wanted to ask you about these bangers, right? Now, when I read on the box, it definitely said quartz, but you know, I did a little bit of knowledge, and I know that these can be upgraded.
Yes.
And so that's what I was wanting to ask you. Like, is there a type of way that you can figure out your size? Or I'm pretty sure they have to. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So all of the MJ arsenals are 10 millimeter. So you want to look for 10 millimeter.
Yeah, I'm reading your people. I'm trying to listen to you, but I'm reading. She said she walked around Canada Fest with a Carter. What the fuck is a Carter?
So the Carta, that was my friend who was with me whenever we were smoking. My one friend with me was this is the person that is talking right now.
Yeah, real quick, grab me them papers over there and them tips. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Is similar to a Puffco. It's you know, more affordable
Thank
option.
you. Okay. Is it like is it like the Peak Pro?
Yeah. When I say
right.
Puffco, I'm usually referring to the Peak Pro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. I mean, hey, like I said, to each their own, and I'm pretty sure you have a regimen of care, and I respect your regimen of care. Like I said, me just sitting here watching my little cartoons and shit, I found that I had to, you know what I mean? I found myself getting into it because I wanted to take care of it. You know, I saw some pretty rough videos. So shout out to you if you're doing it like that.
Yeah. So 412, he rocks his Puffco, and he's got it down. Like he's got all those accessories and really cool things for it. So that's always cool to see. It's nice to see the other side of things. You know, because I don't have one. I don't own one. So, you know, I wouldn't know.
Listen, we don't have one yet. You know, give us a little.
We don't have one yet.
We don't got one yet. The answer, you know, you presented a question, and we're gonna get on the answer as soon as possible. But shout out to you, man, because I saw those. They look slick. You know the kid Eric Kahn. I watched him with it. You know, of course, he had 1,000 million, 100 million views. So I did get a chance to see it. It looks slick. It looked nice, like glow in the dark, all that fly shit. But getting back to
really like settings and like features and stuff. It's really cool.
They look nice. So getting back to this guy though, what do I got to do? Do I got to measure it? I'm pretty sure it says it on the box, but is that a number I have to take to the shop with me?
No, just keep in your mind 10 millimeter. So you're gonna want a 10 millimeter, 90-degree male banger. So when we're talking about a banger, you're either gonna have male or female at the end. So male means it's going inside the rig. Female would be going outside. So that would be a larger, you would see it, a larger piece down here. You would
so what is mine, Steph? I got a male.
It's a male 10 millimeter. And when we're talking about the degrees, we're talking about the angle of the banger here. So sometimes there's a 45 degree, which is like this.
A little bit more slanted, not so much right angle.
So that's a good one for a rig that has a setting like this, to where you need one that's sitting out like that, like the 45 degrees.
This is the one that came with the package.
Yeah. So this is a 90 degree. This is a 10 millimeter, 90 degree male banger. So that's what you need to look for when you are looking for a replacement banger. And I would recommend, if you're not trying to spend a lot of money, there's the dabbing specialists, there's MJ Arsenal, of course, or Bear Quartz, which works with MJ Arsenal. There is Banger Supply. So many different, like, they are import, but they're not going to kill your pockets as an American company would.
Let me ask you this, Steph. What is the benefit of getting a higher tier banger?
So it has great benefits, but it's really for somebody who has been dabbing for a long time. So you need to be an expert at, like, maintaining your quartz and knowing your temps, and you also should have something to read temperature, so that way you're not dabbing too hot, because that can actually ruin a lot of bangers by dabbing it too hot, or just which they call it chazzing your banger. So that means you're dabbing too hot, you're actually ruining the quality of your banger.
I think that might have been. Now, let me ask you this. I guess by that science, if you got a cheap, not cheap, but, you know, I didn't mean to say that, MJ Arsenal. If you have the one that came with the pack,
Mm.
you could definitely run the risk of burning it
Yeah,
and
so
chancing it. Do you think I did that?
I think that's what happened. So what you can do to prevent that from happening, if you're not able to clean that, get that black stuff off, you can heat that up and get rid of it. It will, once you heat it up red hot, that stuff will disappear.
Mm-hmm.
You will be affecting the quality of your banger and the lifespan of your banger,
Mm-hmm.
and it's heat retention. But it's not really that big of a deal if you're not super into it, which you're more of a flower guy. So like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
if you're
yeah.
not deep into it like I am, or
But I want to be
green
able
or
to stunt. When the company comes over, I want to be able to stunt on their asses. You hear me?
yeah, 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 exactly.
So,
So
but I
we
feel
got
like
to
I
get you
might have.
there.
I think I might have burned it. I think I might have burned it, and that's why I wanted to ask you all of these questions because I'm throwing that away. I'm not going. Should I toss it? Like once I heat it up to an incredible amount, should I still use it? Should I still?
You can still use it. It's not going to hold heat as well, and it might affect it, but people still use Chaz bangers all the time. I see it
Okay.
all the time.
Okay.
If you got to do it, you got to do it. It
Right.
is what it is. We've all been there. We've all had to use a Chaz banger once or twice.
Okay.
But it's not going to create the best experience like a good one would. So,
Right. Will I run the risk of damaging it, like cracking it or?
cracking, I don't see very often. It's more just that chazzing of the finish of that quartz.
Okay.
So you're going to notice it's not going to be smooth anymore. It's going to get like, it might get a little rough around the chazzed areas. That's how you'll know.
Okay.
That you've chazzed it. So let's talk about the heating and waiting part.
Right.
How long are you heating and how long are you waiting?
Steph, I have no fucking idea. I watched the video. I saw a motherfucker. I try to count myself. I'm like, okay, 1, 2.
Okay.
It looked like it. I have no fucking clue. I don't know.
Okay. That you're because you need to basically.
And see, while Steph is lost in the sauce right now by that crazy answer I just gave her, let me just take a time to talk to the people. This is why you got to get with people that know more than the fuck you know. Sometimes we just jump into shit, and that's okay. But once you realize you don't know shit, get with somebody who knows something, and that's what I'm doing. I appreciate all of y'all kicking it with us on this Saturday night. Go ahead, Steph.
Yeah. So what you can do is if you don't want to buy, so I have a terpometer or terpometer, whatever you want to call it, terpometer. This tells the temperature of that banger.
Get out of here.
It will actually turn green whenever it's ready to go. So, and it's not 100% accurate, but it's going to get you in that realm, that range that you need to be in to dab properly, because when you're doing it too hot, you're not vaporizing it anymore. You're just burning it, and you're
just
actually
straight burning it.
Yeah, and you don't want to do that. You want to keep those terps. You want to vaporize those terps and that THC instead of burning it. And it's always better to go low. If you think it's too hot, don't take it. Just go lower, because you can reheat again and you just reheat it again for like 5 seconds.
Right.
You can keep hitting that. So if you go in too low, you can still get your full hit. You go in too hot, you're missing out on all of it.
You're just destroying shit. You're just straight destroying shit.
Yeah. So it's always going to be better to go low rather than hot. So whenever you're heating up, you're going to heat it for probably like 30 seconds to a minute. And however long you feel like. I don't heat that long. I try not to heat my bangers as long. A lot of people like to get them red hot and then come down from there. I'll heat it to the point where I know it's above temp, and then go from there. And then I use my terpometer to measure the temp. If I did not have that though,
That's what I was going to ask you. I'm glad you
yeah.
said that. Go ahead.
So if I don't have that, what I used to do before any of this, because I started off just like you, I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
Right.
I was chazzing bangers left and right. I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't have anybody to guide me.
I'm glad to know it's a name for it though. I'm glad to know that it's such a common thing that it's got its own term. And I just fell right into that term. So go ahead.
Yeah, so it's actually like a ongoing joke in the heady community. And by heady I mean like all the hash guys on Instagram that, you know, with their fancy rigs and all that. It's like a running joke to like chaz somebody else's banger, and like there's like t-shirts now with like sorry I chazzed your banger and like things like that. So it's pretty funny.
I think the word is pretty funny too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Chaz. Because we all know everybody who's named Chaz is a horrible fucking person. So.
No, I can't say that. I gotta stop you, Steph. One of my dear. You know, I don't want to be too revealing. You see, I got these big ass shades on and shit. But no, I'm gonna argue that to the degree. You know who you are, buddy. Shout out. I love you.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
All right. But you know, he'll get on me like, why you let that girl say that about me? And you didn't defend me or nothing. I have to, you know, I have to.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Like,
go ahead.
You don't know any other Chazes?
Yeah, listen, Steph. I only know one. So if I don't defend him, I was like, you're the crappiest friend ever. Like, how could you? You know, come on.
Yeah, like you can't cover that up. Like,
nope. And he know I only know one too. So it's not like everybody. Go ahead.
If you know a Chaz, you only know one. That's for sure.
Man. And he's one of the greatest. He's one of the best. A long time good friend of mine. But go ahead. I don't want to distract the word. You're giving up the word right now, and I know that this is helping somebody other than me. And
absolutely, yeah.
And that's why I'm doing this, because people probably want to get into it. Maybe they're scared. Maybe they're a little uncomfortable. That's what these smoke. Go ahead.
A lot of people are really intimidated by the torch. And I was too whenever I first started. I felt like a crackhead, to be honest. Like,
no!
I was like, why do I have to use this? Now I'm like, that's the sound of my people, is a torch at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Straight ripping it.
No chill, but
look at this one. I bought this one right here. You know, it had a nice cool box. I said, this could never leave the house. I'll be on the 11 o'clock news. This has to stay in the fucking house. So, you know.
Don't leave the house with that. You will get your ass shot.
That will not be leaving the motherfucking crib. You got to know that. So, but it's nice. It feels good in the hand. They knew a man would buy this immediately. So, you know, shout out to advertising and marketing. So
that's right. They did.
So let me ask you this question, and I'm kind of surprised. I don't know. I guess because I was guesstimating. You said 30 seconds on to a minute sometime for the heat up?
Yeah, so I'm heating mine up right now. I'm probably going to heat it up about 30, 45 seconds. A lot of people will heat theirs up higher than that. That's just not my jam.
Okay.
I just aim it to where I know that it's going to be hotter than what I'm going in at.
Okay.
So I get everything ready beforehand. That way, as soon as this comes to temp, I can just drop it. So say I were not using the terpometer. Okay. I would just start by setting a timer. You can use your phone. I use my iPhone. It's really easy. There's a button right in the scroll down.
I've seen them.
Menu.
I've seen them.
Or if you have Android, same thing, but you just set a timer, start at like 50 seconds. Go from there. If that's too low, do 45. If that's too low, do 40. You know what I mean? You're going to have to dial it in. Anytime you get a different banger, you're always going to have to dial it in. You're going to have to figure out what works the best. It's going to be like a learning experience every time.
That's awesome, because I feel like you probably just, I don't know
Cheers.
I don't know the percentage of people that, you know, have those or have these dab rigs, but a person could get so frustrated and just not even use it again. You know what I mean? And totally miss that, which is what I'm trying to avoid. But like you said, knowing that you have to gauge each one of your new bangers, and that's pretty, that's some pretty intimate knowledge right there. That's pretty dope. I'm glad you brought all of that out. I knew I was coming to the right person. Come on, I'm ready.
I'll school you.
You stunting right now too. Yeah, you stunting on me right now. Not only are you schooling, you stunting at the same time. Not only do I like it, I want you to know I love it at the same time. Come on, let's go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna let this cool down. I just took this hit. I had a pearl in there.
What is a pearl? What's that?
Okay, so turp pearls, what they're called. They're these little guys right here. I got a mess of them, but so they're little should be quartz. Sometimes they're glass, but should be quartz beads that go in your banger. And it actually helps with the heat retention, like the heat distribution whenever you're taking that hit.
Kind of spreading that stuff around, kind of moving it. Shout out, real quick, shout out to Rad Vibes 420. Shout out to Ganja is Film. Salute to y'all. Happy Saturday.
My thing.
Go ahead, Steph. I just got to grab a lighter. Go ahead.
So that's going to help move your product around in there.
Okay. Like an agitator.
Right. So that always helps. Once you get farther into it, look into getting some of those, because that'll help make for a better experience. So whenever you're using those, you put them in after you heat up. So you want to drop it in a little before you're going to take that hit. Because you don't want to, because you can actually ruin your pearls as well. You can chaz your pearls, and
who the fuck wants chaz pearls?
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants their pearls chaz. Nobody.
Who wants to be walking around with chaz fucking pearls? Come on.
So if you're using those, you know, you can treat them the same way. Put them in the ISO to clean them. They pretty much react the same way.
Let me ask you this. Do you you just use 1, 2, is the more the better? How, like the more the merrier? How does that go?
I try not to use them a lot all the time, because you are going to wear and tear them. The more you use them, the more wear and tear they're going to get. Just one is usually fine if you're using a standard banger. This is called just a standard, like, flat top banger. That's what this would be referred to, because it's just flat on the top.
Right.
No special anything about it.
Is yours the same size as mine?
This one on this piece is a 14 millimeter.
Hold on, I'm not getting up anymore. I believe, hold on, let me get up one last time, y'all. Sorry, I just want to get the box so I can read the measurement.
You definitely have a 10 millimeter.
You think I got a 10? Yeah, got a 10 millimeter. Yep. Here's the box too for anybody that's. I got it from the fest when we went to the Canna Fest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I grabbed it and right around the. Yeah.
And you haven't used. Oh, you have been using it.
Yeah, I only used it like 3 times, Steph. I destroyed it. 3 times I done fucked it up. It's pretty much. That's why I called for help. I said I gotta talk to the people that know. I gotta talk to somebody that can help me.
Somebody help.
That's where I was at. So, we was talking about how many pearls you may need. 1 is good, right? To agitate.
Yeah.
And so That's okay. And
If you're using them, start out with one. I mean, if you want to go crazy, whatever. There's no rules. Like, there's no rules to dabbing. Do whatever you want. Like, see what works, see what doesn't. I mess around with my stuff all the time. I'm just, playing mad scientist with my kit over here and just putting different things
seems
together.
I see the guys on the net. They got mushrooms, they got Smurfs, they got M&Ms. All types of different accessories for it. I just wanted to see if it was absolutely necessary. You know what I mean? I just wanted, because I'll indulge, but I at least want to get the basics of it. You know what I mean? If I got all this stuff sitting on my desk here and I don't know what the fuck to do with it, what I'm saying, or if I even know if it's necessary or not.
So get the basics down first, get comfortable with it. You will learn over time. Take the knowledge I have given you and go from there.
And I appreciate you, Steph. Thanks a lot. I want to thank everybody for checking in. Whatever I can do with this video, I'm gonna try to do it. I may try to put it on the YouTube. I know I got that going too, but it'll be up on our channel. I think it'll be up on Steph's, and we appreciate everybody checking it. And I'm gonna let you know, Coach, how the fuck I'm doing. We'll come back with some
absolutely. And anybody can DM me at any point in time with any questions. I will give you my best possible advice. I'm only an expert because I've done this every day for years, so it's all from experience. So you have to start somewhere, and anybody can ask me anything. My DMs are open, and if you have any questions.
I want to shout out Ganja's Femme. She said she was strictly a flower girl, sometimes RSO until DABS, and she's not a DAB girl, but she said now she is a DAB girl. So hey, I'm trying to get there too. I want to get better, and I think we just took a major step. So thanks a lot, Steph. I would take one on camera. Done. I'm not taking one on camera. I don't feel like I've soaked it in enough. Let me process, and I'll get back with you.
Absolutely. I hope to see some dabbing videos from you in the future.
I'll tag all of y'all and all of the family, and we'll all see that debacle together. We'll witness that plane crash together.
All right.
All right. Take care, Steph.
You too.
Have a great Saturday. Salute, y'all.